Our sports director, Mason Willett, is at the desk with us now to tell us about what happened over the weekend and what we can expect this week. Mason, fill us in.
Thank you. This season marks a new beginning for ELN senior Matthew McKay as he leads the Phoenix at quarterback of the football team. McKay is now onto his third school during his collegiate career, going from NC State to Montana State and now in ELN. He says it is nice to be near his hometown of Raleigh and receive support from his family, but McKay says his time in the transfer portal was not entirely by his choice.
My past years, just facing some adversity, I felt like I had to move around, just being in the transfer portal.
New to the team, McKay fits right in at ELN, according to men's football offensive coordinator Drew Fulmer. He has been watching McKay since his time at NC State. He says McKay is an experienced player, but it will take time for him to get comfortable in ELN's program.
Things that he's doing here, he's done in his career. It's just a matter of translating terminology. So he's continuing to get more and more comfortable every day. You can see that. So
McKay led the team to its first win on Saturday, beating Wofford 26-0 in a shutout. The first home game is this Saturday at 6 p.m. versus Gardner-Webb. Adapting to a college schedule for any student can seem difficult, but it can be harder for student athletes because of practices and games. We spoke with some to see how they manage the time. Being a student athlete is about balancing one just as much as the other. ELN men's soccer player and junior Sandra Rand says the coaches have a good understanding that they're not just here to play, they're here to learn as well.
Our coaches really understand the student side of it and how that's kind of the main goal while we're here is to get an education. Rand says letting his professors know that he has a game is pretty easy. He just has to email them ahead of time about missing a class for a game. A week or two prior and just let them know here's my schedule, I'm going to be gone these days. They would give me a schedule back. Okay, you have until this day to turn it in, or if you could turn it in before you leave, that'd be great as well. Volleyball player and ELN sophomore Sydney Love says she struggled with her schedule when she first started her career at ELN. But with her academic advisor's help, she was able to allow herself some free time while managing classes and practices.
I think the hardest thing for me was transitioning and we are gone every weekend.
Both say that they won't change anything about how their schedules are set up currently. For more information, pick up a copy of next week's Pendulum. One ELN sports organization is turning a competitive hobby into a real-life competition. ELN Esports sent a team to Raleigh over the weekend to compete in a Super Smash Bros. Tournament. Smash Bros. Is a multiplayer video game where popular Nintendo characters fight one another. Hosted by NC State Esports, the tournament was designed to raise money for multiple sclerosis. The tournament featured more than 80 players from the schools across the state. Freshman Cody Nguanza says he was a little intimidated, but likes to play and wanted to give a tournament a try.
Well, I first played Smash Bros. Brawl with my friend. Pretty much my childhood, one of my favorite games. Never really played it seriously. This is my first kind of tournament kind of environment, so I'm nervous, but I am excited.
ELN sophomore Ben Shlonsky says he prepared for the tournament in ways other than just playing the game.
It's not all about just playing the game. It's about watching what other people do, because you learn a lot of, you see someone else do something, you're like, okay, I can copy that. But a lot of it is figuring out a lot of stuff for yourself.
To read more about this tournament, pick up a copy of this week's Pendulum. If you want to compete, tournaments are held weekly in the ELN's Esports Lounge and Global Commons. For updates, scores, and more, check out our sports Twitter, Sports ENN.